Okay, I think all of my video editor program problems are solved, so we're going to try this, how to make a kaleidoscope again. It's going to be easier and faster this time because I had some insights on other ways of doing it. But first I wanted to show you that there are two different kinds of kaleidoscopes. This is the kind that you just turn. You have to turn it. But then this is the kind that you turn the, what I call the treasure box. It's the thing that holds all your pretty little doodads. So this is the one we're going to make. Last time I got my mirrors in the triangle and I tried to fit a tube to my mirrors. But doing that away, I have to make my own tube with cardboard. But if you get something for a tube, then let's rethink this and just fit your mirror to your tube. So I walked through the house and I found all kinds of things that would work for a tube. Of course, a paper towel roll or anything like that would work too. But just walk around and see what you've got. I've got some hair products here. I've got the little things that you put mustard and ketchup in. And this was a health body product. And so I'm going to try to use this. I also found this. Wouldn't this be perfect if you have a husband or an uncle or somebody that does a lot of construction? When this gets empty, you've got a really nice tube there and an endless supply of them. So anyway, that's some different ideas. This is bubble. I got this at the dollar store. Bubbles. When you're finished with your bubbles, it's the kind of plastic that is flexible, so you can cut that. You can also use a spice jar, a medicine jar, if it's the flexible kind. Just all kinds of things that look around and see whatever you got. Of course, a PVC pipe would work, and then these little connectors, you can make your treasure box out of those and not have to build your own. So there's some different options. So I also told you how to get some mirror with one of these locker kits. These were on a discount in a discount store for $2, so that's a pretty good bargain, because then I also get a magnetic box that I can put on my refrigerator and hold all kinds of things in the kitchen. So, but these mirrors that come in these little locker kits, they're not glass. They're made out of the same plastic like a CD is made out of. So you just pop the frame off. There's your mirror. And this can be cut with an X-Acto knife. Just do your measurements. Get it in equal parts of 3. Draw you a line and start cutting your mirror. And once you do cut your mirror, one little cut down the back also marks where you need to cut in the front. So cut 4 or 5 times on the back, turn it over, make 4 or 5 cuts on the front, and then it'll just snap apart. So that's pretty easy. I'll do this and come back and show you my 3 parts of mirror and make my triangle. Okay, so here's my mirror. I've got my mirror triangles taped together, and I'm thinking I'm going to use this. I'll cut the bottom off and I'll cut it right here, and we're going to make this work. Okay, there's a little looseness in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap a paper towel around that 2 or 3 times to make it tight in there. So I've wrapped it in about 3 rolls in 3 pieces of paper towel, and now it's tight enough to stay in there without wiggling. We're going to put that down on a piece of cardboard, and we're going to trace around it because we're going to need 2 lenses. We're going to cut the little triangles out of this, because this is where you glue it down to your tube, and you're going to cut a hole in the middle where you're going to put your clear lens. And what we want to do is make the lens large enough to cover up this triangle. So it's going to be a little smaller than this hole here. So turn it up where it'll make a cap, but put your lens in there. Okay. Okay, put the lens in, tape it down, put it over, and center it over that triangle so you can't see the triangle. Okay, we've got the eyepiece on, and so we're going to go ahead and put the bottom piece on. This does not have to have a lens, but you're going to need a lens for the treasure box. So, but we still need to cover it. Okay, I've got the second little piece of cardboard fixed, and I'm going to just start taping it down all around. Okay, I got the bottom part in. There's not a lens on here, but your treasure box is going to cover it up. But we still wanted to mask some of that triangle area out. So here's the eyepiece, and now we're just going to cover this in contact paper. We're going to cover that eyepiece part first and get it taped down before we cover the thing up in contact paper. Okay, I've got the contact paper on the eyepiece, and so now we're going to cover the viewing tube in contact paper. Okay, now I have the viewing tube covered in contact paper. Here's your eyepiece, here's your open piece, and on this one, on this store-bought piece, this does not come off. So I figured out a way where I can make mine where this doesn't come off too. So, but we're going to have to do an extra little trick. Right here at the open end, we're going to put a strip of paper all around it to make a barrier, kind of a barrier. So give me a few minutes to put some strips of paper around that. Real narrow strips of paper. So there's your eyepiece. We're going to put this on right here. Alright, I've got a little cardboard barrier here that's going to stop and hold the treasure box part on. But before we can do that, now we have to get something that will go over this and come down. And let's see. We have to get our tube for the treasure box, and I'm going to try to use this ketchup bottle. The ketchup bottle is going to work. So we need a piece about that large. Okay, you put that on top and pull it down. And it's going to be real snug right in there. So you bring it on down. To about there. So now we're also going to put some a cardboard strip in here, because when you put this over it, then the cardboard strip on the top will come down and stop to there. But this will still turn. Does that make sense? Okay, if this works, then we figured out a way to keep that that treasure box on. I've put several layers of cardboard on the inside. I've secured it really well, and we slip it down over the lens part. It's going to really be a tight fit now, and it's going to come down here, and those two different layers are going to hit onto each other, hopefully. To where it can't be pulled off. But yet, it can be turned. Okay, now I have slipped the treasure box cylinder over the viewing tube and connected those stopper points, but it does still go around. So all we have to do now is put a little treasure box in there, and I'm going to do that with the rest of this ketchup dispenser. Okay, got one lens here. We're going to put some confetti in it now. So we've got our treasure box, and I need another piece of cardboard here to give some more stability to this little box. So about like that. And of course we're going to need a viewing hole in it. So we'll make it be about that big. Okay, slip your treasure box in there and cut one more circle of contact paper. Okay, I've got the treasure tube on now. It's not coming off, but it will still turn. And so we're going to make this look a little bit prettier by just putting some bling on it every once in a while. So here's my viewing tube, all blinged up with some pretties. Here's the treasure box cylinder that's attached, won't come off, but we'll turn around and you open it up, turn it upside down and turn the thing, and it does what a kaleidoscope is supposed to do. So once again, this has been Granny B. Thank you for sitting with me and watching it all again, and I appreciate it. And y'all come back and see me next time.